I still remember the day it all began. November 15th, 1993. The peaceful town of Gurrysville had no idea what was coming. One moment, we were living our normal lives, and the next, we were under attack by an army of violent turkey soldiers, their beady eyes filled with rage. I was just a simple farmhand before the war, but when the call to arms came, I grabbed my Kabi melee and joined the fight. Our leaders, Scar One Kid, Toe J Dampler, and Curry Cooker, gathered us in the town square, their voices echoing through the streets. "We will not let these feathered fiends take our home," they declared. The first battle was brutal. The turkeys, led by none other than Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and their monstrous Gurrysville gobblers, stormed the fields. Feathers and blood filled the air. I fought side by side with my fellow residents, my Kabi melee slicing through the enemy ranks. The cursing of my piercing knife echoed as it stabbed, screaming foul words that sent even the toughest enemies running. The battles raged on. Each day, the war became bloodier. We lost good people, friends, neighbors, even family. The eerie gobbles of the enemy haunted my dreams, their beaks dripping with the blood of my comrades. But we had weapons they didn't expect. The Earmove caramel sauce gun was our secret weapon, gumming up their feathers and slowing their deadly charges. Winter of 1994 was the worst. The cold seeped into our bones and the turkeys showed no mercy. They attacked us while we slept, their claws scratching against our doors. I watched as our bravest warriors fell. Scar One Kid led a counterattack, wielding his windshield wiper musket with deadly precision, clearing the battlefield with each swipe. By spring, we had regained some ground. Curry Cooker devised a brilliant strategy: lure the turkeys into the syrupy pits of the caramel traps. They never saw it coming. The enemy's forces began to dwindle, but their leaders fought harder. Trump and Biden argued amongst themselves, yet the gobblers remained ruthless. One fateful day, Toe J Dampler led us into the great battle of Gurry Hill. The sky was dark with turkey feathers, the ground soaked in caramel and blood. I fought like never before, stabbing, slashing, and firing my Earmove caramel sauce gun until it clicked empty. The searsing knife swore so much it almost lost its voice. We pushed forward, inch by inch. Scar One Kid charged ahead, taking down two Gurrysville gobblers with a single swing of his windshield wiper musket. But then, tragedy struck. Toe J Dampler fell. A turkey had ripped through his defenses, pecking with merciless fury. We watched in horror, but his last words echoed in our hearts: "Finish the fight!" Fueled by rage and sorrow, we pressed on. Curry Cooker devised a final desperate plan, one last attack to end the war. We gathered every last bit of caramel sauce, every windshield wiper musket, every Kabi melee, and prepared for the ultimate showdown. April 8th, 1997, the day of victory or destruction. We stormed the enemy's stronghold, caramel guns firing, knives stabbing, muskets wiping. The Gurrysville gobblers fell one by one, their once feared gobbles now cries of defeat. Then I saw him, Donald Trump himself, covered in caramel, slipping and flailing. "This isn't over," he screamed, before falling face first into a puddle of syrup. Biden tried to retreat, but was caught in the crossfire of a windshield wiper musket. The turkeys, seeing their leaders fall, scattered in terror. By nightfall, the war was over. We stood victorious, though the cost had been high. Gurrysville was in ruins, but we had won. We buried our fallen, mourning their loss but honoring their sacrifice. Now, years later, I still remember the horrors of the war, the sound of gobbles in the night, the sight of caramel-covered battlefields. But I also remember the courage of my people, the way we stood together against the odds. Gurrysville was ours once more, and no turkey would ever take it again.